Hello, my people. Hello, my people. Good day to you. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Whatever time zone you're listening to this, thank you for tuning in every day to listen to me on Daily Mind Shift. My name is Michael Ojola for Mindset Transformation Africa. And on today's episode, I want to talk about leaving things uncompleted. All right. I'm as guilty as you if you are guilty at all. I am as guilty as you. So this is what I'm learning and I'm sharing with you. Let me anchor today's episode on this statement. When you leave anything uncompleted, it leaves you and others feeling incomplete. Leave nothing unfinished today. When you leave anything uncompleted, it leaves you and others feeling incomplete. Leave nothing unfinished today. Take a breath. And I want you to read that to yourself slowly. If you need to, let it land, all right? Let it simmer in your soul. Because that right there is a reality many of us are living in. But we have never really named it. So today we are going to give words or language to the weight we carry when we walk away from things we were supposed to finish. We are going to break down how unfinished business becomes emotional baggage and how what seems like a delayed task becomes a delayed peace. All right, we will unpack it slowly, honestly, and directly. So let's start with this basic truth. Finishing things don't just tick off a to-do list. It releases something inside of you. All right, when you finish things, there is a release in your soul and in your spirit. Have you ever noticed that feeling of anxiety when you remember you have not sent that email, that SMS, or that particular thing that you need to do, or you have not had that conversation yet, or you still haven't cleaned out that space that you promised yourself you would? It's not just a missed task, all right? It is a mental connection. A thread that pulls you back over and over again. And even if you are doing other things, your mind keeps circling back. I still have not done that. I need to do that. I should have already done that. Do you understand? That is the voice of incompletion. All right? That is the voice of incompletion in your mind. It doesn't shout. It keeps whispering to you. But those whispers echo loud in your mind and in your soul over time. And worse, when what you leave unfinished involves other people, you are not the only one feeling incomplete. You understand me? Every time you start something but don't complete it, you open a door that never really closes. All right? A promise made that never becomes action. A dream begun but never developed. A commitment declared but never delivered on. A goal written but never walked out. It all seems harmless at first. I get it. I do it later. I just need to be in the right frame of mind. You see, this isn't the best time. But later becomes next week. And next week becomes never. And meanwhile, the task sits there. All right? The opportunity fades. The relationship passes. The momentum dies. The silence grows. That thing you left undone becomes a question becomes a question mark for you and anyone that is watching. It makes people wonder, can you be trusted to finish? It makes you yourself to wonder, do I actually follow through on what I say? Do I actually follow through on what I say that matters to me? And that is where the silent drain begins. Let me explain what really happens when you keep leaving things unfinished. You start building a reputation with yourself. Every time you start and don't finish, your mind is taking note. You are sending yourself a message. We don't finish things here. We don't finish things here. Even if no one else knows, your inner world knows. You create a pattern of self-disbelief, all right? So the next time you try to start something, your brain already doubts you. You don't even feel the same energy because you know your own track record. The power of completion is that it teaches your brain to believe. All right, unfinished work also doesn't just sit on your calendar. It sits on your chest. It becomes stress. It becomes anxiety. It becomes resistance. That phone call that you have not returned, that text message that you have never answered, that thing you said you will address with your friend but you haven't, they all pull energy from your emotional battery, all right? You feel tired, not just from work, But from unmade decisions, from unresolved intentions, you feel tired then. You frustrate other people and confuse them too. When you leave things undone, especially things that involve people, it doesn't just affect you, okay? You may be moving on, but they are left hanging. They are wondering. They are second guessing. They are thinking maybe even they are feeling undervalued, okay? Even if you did not intend to hurt or disappoint anyone, lack of follow through can communicate exactly that. Here's where some of us might resist, okay? But I've not finished because it is not ready now. I want to get it right. I just need some time to perfect everything. Let me tell you something. Completion doesn't mean it is flawless. It means you gave it closure. That part of you is done. You don't need perfection to move forward. You need closure. Closure is the conscious decision to finish something with your full effort based on where you are right now. Perfection is often just a glorified form of procrastination. So don't confuse that. People say I'm still working on it when what they really mean is I'm still avoiding doing the real work to finish it. What is better? A 90% project done, submitted out there in the world, or a 100% idea that never leaves your notebook? Finish what you can. Do you understand me? Then you grow from it. That is what I'm learning to do right now. That is what I'm advising you also to do. See, finishing something does some powerful things to you. It frees your mind. You stop circling back to it. You stop mentally dragging it from week to another. You finally breathe again. It also rebuilds your personal integrity. When you finish, you are reminding yourself, I follow through. I don't quit halfway. That is powerful. That belief spills into everything else that you do. It then restores trust with other people. People learn that you are reliable, that you mean what you say and you say what you mean. You become dependable, not just well-meaning, dependable. It releases capacity also for new things in you. When you don't finish, you stay emotionally and mentally tied to the old. Finishing gives you permission to start something new, to start something cleanly. It gives you a chance to grow from outcomes, not just intentions, all right? You cannot evolve something you never complete. You cannot improve on something that was never released. Growth happens in execution. It doesn't happen in endless editing and editing and editing. So let me ask you this directly. What have you left hanging? What is that one thing, big or small, that you keep saying you will get to? What conversations, tasks, or creative work have you pushed back so many times that you now pretend they don't exist? Let me tell you this. They are still speaking. They whisper every time you sit still. They tap your shoulder when you try to rest. They live in the background of your mind, waiting for you to come back and honor your word. I'm not here to shame you or to shame myself for what you have not done. I'm here to call you back to the table. If it matters to you, finish it. If it doesn't matter to you, then close it, formally close it. But don't leave it open-ended. See, too many people are waiting to feel like it before they finish. But this is the truth. You may never feel like finishing. You finish because it needs to be finished. It needs to be done. That is discipline. You don't always feel like brushing your teeth. You don't always feel like going to work. You don't always feel like working out. But you do it because the value is not in the feeling. It is in the discipline of following through. If you want to be powerful, you must be disciplined in your completion. Start what you can finish. And if you start it, then you must honor it by finishing it. So these are the things that I think you can do for finishing what have been left unfinished for a long time. Number one, write down the unfinished, then rank them. Then you can do block time so that you'll be able to complete them. Then communicate to other people if others are involved. Whenever you finish any task, celebrate yourself. This is one thing I want you to go with. You don't always lose progress because of bad decisions. Sometimes you lose momentum simply because you stopped halfway and never went back. And as a result, your confidence suffers, your credibility weakens, your energy gets drained, your trust from others slips, your joy in the process disappears. So don't let that be your pattern anymore. You are not just here to start ideas, you are here to complete purpose. You are not just here to show potential, you are here to